All right, we are talking about a topic that I have been asked many times and many questions about, which is how others affect your energy and what can you do about it? What are you gonna do about it? So, I suppose this topic is about those in which you reside with, those who are around you on your daily basis, but then we have those who are around you at the grocery store or, at the mall, or then we also have people that are, new to your life experience. They're coming into your life, or maybe they're going to be coming into your life. So, as you move forward, you can see that there's a pattern here. People are going to be in your life, whether newly coming into your life or they've been in your life for years upon years, or they're just around you in a local grocery store. So there's only one thing out of all of these different scenarios that you can change, and that is you. That's the main thing that you can change. Um, I'm a big fan of certain sayings, so I'm going to say a few. You teach others how to treat you. I'm a big fan of that. And I really enjoy one that the angels have brought to my attention many moons ago, which is others' opinions of me are none of my business. So you come to realize that there are a lot of emotions, thoughts that are um, projected from others onto others. When you start to go within and you look at your own vibrational frequency, your own energy, your own thoughts, your own emotions, ooh, the fun of that. When you do that inner work, that is when things change. What changes within you will be a direct reflection outward, and you will see things change outside of you. Um, as you move along in your day to day life experience, the number one thing to remember is you are the manifester of your reality. And that is not always super enjoyable to, remember. But there's a great deal of, uh, I guess you could say, internal power with that, in that if you don't like what is transpiring in your life experience, then you can do something about it by making the changes within yourself. So, as we move along, you guys know that I have certain techniques that I feel have really worked for me, and certain reading material. The number one book that I know, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, but I've read a lot of material, and the number one book that I feel has made the greatest impact in my life as far as my own vibrational frequency is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. So go out and get that book. I think it's only about $8 now. Um, when you read that book, you'll have a different way of seeing things, observing things, processing things. If you start reading the book and you feel like you're not quite ready for it, that's okay. You can come back to it and try it again in 6 months or a year. That's like any reading material. Um, you know, being in vibrational alignment with the material. And then, hopefully in 6 months to a year, you'll be ready for that. So as you move along and you're going throughout your day to day life, and you have people in your life, and maybe they're triggering you, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about when others are triggering you or sinking your frequency? Maybe even draining your energy. What are you going to do about it? Well, the first thing that I do is I step aside. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll go out for a ride in the car. I'll just go out for a walk out in nature. So I tend to step aside and try to get some alone time. Say you really can't be entirely alone, you can still go out for a walk, decompress, sit next to a tree, sit with your back up against a tree. And at this time, you've got so much help, so much help. The tree, the earth, herself, her energy, your team of angels, your spirit guides, the archangels, the ascended masters. Call on who you feel drawn to and start asking them to help you. Okay? That's the number one. Some things we can practice and we can really hone in on. And then other times, depending on how entrenched things are and how much we're triggering, we may need to call in help. And that is really important, calling in help. And even just sitting next to that tree is going to know exactly what it's doing right in the get-go. It is going to start to transmute any density and heaviness, bring you back into your body, help you ground back into your body. And then you can just start talking in your head or out loud about what you're triggering about. You can red room at this time. Red room is also on my YouTube channel. It is also something that is going to be popping up here as well. So you can look up red rooming if you want to do that right away. And but really, red rooming, what is it? It is basically, okay, I'm creating a red room around me, and now I am going to be talking about what is really triggering me, or the deep-seated stuff that really you haven't thought about, but it seems to kind of pop up in your head a bit. So here's a great opportunity to do some red rooming and start to let your team, you hand it off to them by talking about it. So once you do, they're going to transmute that. And then after that, it is your responsibility every time something comes up within you and it starts to sync your frequency. That is your cue. What are you going to do? You're going to hand it off to your angels immediately. Are you going to ponder upon it and think about it and dwell on it? Give your attention and focus to it. Give it more energy repeatedly over and over and over and over again. You could if you wanted to. You're going to give it more energy. You're going to give it more focus. You're going to give it more of your attention. Some of us do this for a while. Or you can hand it off to them and shift your attention off of it and let them bring in the light. Let them transmute it and let them fill you up with more light and more high vibrational frequency. You can buck against the current or you can go with the flow, and that is in any and every given moment. Those are your two choices. Sometimes we like to buck against the current for a while because we need to process. Absolutely. Absolutely. But then how long you stay there is entirely up to you. You get to decide how long you stay out of alignment for. And over time, as you practice all of these tools, okay, or techniques, you start to move in a direction where you move back into alignment quicker and quicker. So you stay out of alignment for not very long periods of time. Your levels of joy, happiness, high vibrational thoughts, feelings, emotions go up and become more of your dominant frequency. They become more of your dominant way of being in the world. And as you practice this, this is the direction you move in. The other thing that is an inside job is self-care. So whatever you feel you enjoy doing, whether it's getting your nails done, going and watching a funny movie, playing high vibrational music, walks out in nature, going for a swim at the local pool, whatever it is, make sure you make time for that, because you can't give from yourself. You can't be there for others if the cup is empty. Whether it's laying down and having a nap, or going to bed a bit earlier so you get more sleep, or fitting in that 10 to 20 minutes of meditation in the day and making it a priority, because now you're making your own vibrational frequency a priority in your life. And then, of course, the number one most important thing that the angels have always expressed is self-love. That is the most important thing for one to focus on in this life experience, is self-love. So when you aren't in alignment with that, okay, it's not saying that you don't love yourself, because I have always loved parts of myself, but there was a time where I was not in alignment with loving myself. And so the angels guided me to look myself in the mirror, directly in the eye, and hold that for a minute and say, I love you. Oh, watch yourself squirm. Watch yourself squirm. But then over time of doing this 2 to 3 times per week, looking yourself in the mirror for at least a minute and saying that, you start to feel it. You start to enjoy it. You know it. You're saying it, and you're not just saying it. You actually have some meaning behind it, and that comes in gradually, slowly, because what you speak and what you're saying to yourself while looking yourself in the eye is what you will manifest, whether you believe it in the beginning or not. And of course, that will bring me to what you put your attention upon, whether it's low vibrational people or content on YouTube or the news or TV, movies, television programs. If it's super low vibrational, how do you think that frequency is affecting you and your vessel? So you need to decide in every given moment, is this worth me watching? Is this worth me paying attention to? Because this will move me out of alignment. This will affect my frequency. And yes, we can say that we find it enjoyable or fun, but as you shift your frequency, you will tend to shift away from those types of programs, those types of people, those types of movies, that type of music. And it's when something occurs in your life experience and you're having issues with other individuals, you can fixate on it and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and bring up the drama in it and da 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 da. Okay, you can go on for quite a long period of time, or you can discuss it. Okay, ask for help. Okay, red room. Okay, now you've got it out. Now you haven't, you might have spoken with 1 or 2 people about it, or not, because knowing that when you're going to discuss it with them, you're going to sync their frequency. So you can decide to red room instead, and your team will transmute that, and you've got it out of you. And then you can move in a direction where you focus in on maybe some quiet time, walk in nature, slowly bringing yourself back into alignment. What you put your attention upon repeatedly is what you will create more of. I'm just going to see if my guardian angel, Agnes, would like to weigh in on this and relay some insight that possibly I have missed. And of course, a lot of what I am taught is by reading material, like the book A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, but also from my team of angels. So Agnes, would you like to relay any messages on this? Allow others to be as they choose. Do not resist. Do not, because what you resist persists. Allow them to be as they choose. Go inwards. Go inwards. Create that quiet space within. Be aware of your own vibrational frequency by way of the thoughts that you choose, the emotions that you emit. This will determine where your vibrational frequency is, dear ones, at all given times. All given time, yeah. You know what feels good, and you know what doesn't feel good. By being aware of what does not feel good, you can gradually start moving in the direction towards what does feel better, moving into a better feeling place, gradually, bit by bit, moving bit by bit back into alignment. And as Kristin has just stated, you will then move back into alignment quicker and quicker over time. This is what is most important. Gradually moving back into alignment quicker and quicker over time. Going within, focusing inwards rather than pointing the finger and or placing blame. Of course, many of you, she's talking about may fire off verbally or pull away and do more of a passive aggressive approach while you process the hurt feelings or irritation or triggering of emotions. However, this is an internal game. This is something in which you moving inwards is best. Move inwards. Go inwards. Call upon us and we will assist you along with the other individuals in your life experience. We will be working in tandem with each of those individuals' team of guardian angels and angels. Yes. It is a it is a team effort over here on the other side. And we simply wait for your request, verbal request. It is just this simple. She's also talking about sometimes we can make things harder than they need to be. We can overthink and overprocess and overanalyze things, can't we? Can't we, dear ones? And we can just as easily, if we wish, if we choose, if we are paying attention to our vibrational frequency and the thoughts in which we house and the emotions in which we emit, we can just as easily turn that around and simplify things, make things easier on ourselves and those that are nearest and dearest and close to us, our loved ones. We can make it easier on them as well. Choose to go within rather than pointing a finger outward. For this has always been an inside job and will continue to always be an inside job, reflecting outward into your outer world and outside of yourself. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, Agnes. I hope that this has really helped each of you. If you have any questions on this topic, please post them below. See you soon. Bye.